to change the servo in the Bronco. I'm going to show you how, step by step. It's extremely easy on these things. Just get 1.5mm hex driver, and any of the micro servos should work. I'm using a servo that's actually a replacement for the diff lock on the TRX4 high trails. So let's pop this body off, start pulling her apart. Alright, the first thing you want to do is take out this screw right here. It's what connects your steering link to the servo arm right there. And if you're sick of losing all your screws and nuts, take a mason jar lid and a couple magnets, you got yourself a bolt tray. Alright, so pop her back over. Now we're going to take this screw and that screw out, and that holds the servo to the mount. Alright, now you can try and kind of wiggle it out. Remember that the servo arm is still on there. It's pretty easy. Pull it out, stick it off the side for a minute. Now come into the battery tray here. There will be 2 screws right there, if you haven't lost one already. Pop those out. Alright, kind of twist the battery tray a little bit, and it'll pop out. Now find your servo plug, unplug it, and kind of route it back through. If I can get this out of there. You kind of want to just route it back through here and get it out of this little mess of wires. And there you go. I got it zip tied because I'm using this servo again, but your servo's out. Now, if you're swapping servos, take your 2mm and pull the horn off the end of the servo. Right? So set this aside. Set your servo screw aside. Make sure you keep it separate because it's different than all the other ones. Now get your new servo, plug your new servo, get your new servo and route it back through the battery tray and plug it in. I'm going to do that off camera, pick it back up after because you just saw me do it. Alright, got it run back through, plug back in. It's pretty impossible to not plug it back in right. So take your battery tray, you got to kind of put her in a bit of an angle, twist it, wedge it, hold your tongue in the back corner of your mouth. Screw your battery tray in. Now you're going to grab your controller and a battery, plug it in, turn the truck on. Alright, controller's on. Throw your battery in there. Move your servo out of the way. Plug her in. Alright. Now, just steer it back and forth for a minute. Now you know your servo is centered. Now, it's going to go in with the wire at the front, with the servo gear at the front. So we're going to take the servo horn, and we're going to get it as close as possible to straight. That's not bad right there. You're not going to get it perfect, and if you do, you're better than me, That's fine, because if it's just a little bit off, you can just play with the steering trim and get her fixed up. So find your servo screw. Now I'm leaving the truck on while I'm doing this, because I find if I shut it off, I always end up moving the servo horn left or right a bit, and you want to make sure you're still centered. So get her in there good and tight. Give her a little 1-2. Still looks pretty close to centered. So put the servo kind of horn in first. And just wiggle it in there until you get her in. There, she's in. Find your 2 screws for the mount. Now flip her back over where the servo, here, maybe I'll unplug this now so you're shining lights in your face. Now, get the servo horn and just screw it into the steering link. That's it. Plug her back in. Make sure it works. And if your steering's not exactly centered, just mess with your trim. It looks pretty good. That's it. Not much to it. So that's it. Not much to it. Doesn't take long. Pretty much anybody can get that done. So check back for some more videos on this thing. The K10, the Blazer, the Max, and the Sport. And subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a good one.